Entrepreneurs, you hear me say it all the time. And before I finish this video, I want you to make sure you watch it in its entirety. It may be 10 minutes, but it's going to be some of the most productive 10 minutes you have spent all day. I don't care what you scroll along, you can't afford to miss this. So watch, like, subscribe, drop a comment, drop anything, suggestions, whatever. Make sure that you are follow. If you're on Instagram, make sure you follow. If it's on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. You can only have, your business can only be as effective and expand and as productive and financially sound as the foundation on which it's built. The foundation for your business is everything. It is roughly 20%, I'll say, and I say that for the sake of the 80-20 business rule that I use all the time and that I employ and I talk about. If you go to my YouTube, you'll see other videos that mention it. Accounting is a support function. I don't care what company you've worked for, there has been an accounting department. There had to be somebody who paid you, and there had to be somebody who paid the bills, somebody who collected the money, made the deposits, made sure that the bank account was reconciled. All of those things that you wouldn't think about that go, you say, oh, I can look on my phone and see my bank account. You can see how much money is in your account on your phone. That's not the same thing as profits. That's not the same thing as watching the money, making sure that you schedule and pay bills at a certain time. Because you want to make sure you monitor the cash flow. If the cash flow is off, you will have what we call opportunity costs, meaning at a time when that business could expand or seize an opportunity, you have paid a bill too soon or paid a bill too late, and now you can't get the opportunity. So while it may seem simple, the bills come in, you pay it, it's not that simple. That's why in accounting and in bookkeeping, we always have a system for everything we do. Nothing is just fly by night. Nothing is just, I'll just do it. That's not the way it works at all. But that's not what you hear. That's not what you see. And so when you don't know to respect it. Accounting, like I said, is a support function. As an accountant, a bookkeeper, I have been in rooms, I have worked for places where the salespeople get commission that runs in the six figures, and yet the salary for an accountant remains the same. We are support, but without that support, 100% of the business would fail. I have watched entrepreneurs who are talented, who are good at what they do, not be able to make their business succeed, not because of lack of talent, not even because of the lack of interest, but in the lack of having cash flow and funds to be able to sustain the business until the business could sustain itself. I mentioned that your business can only be as strong, it can only be as great as the foundation. Okay, introduce AI. A lot of people have been doing videos and talking about, oh, you need a business plan. You can get AI and AI will generate a business plan. You put in a few words, blah, blah, blah. That can be an impressive business plan. But if you don't understand the business plan, that has been a waste, even though it was AI generated. Because the business plan is really for the entrepreneur. It's not for the investors. Investors are going to look at a few things. They're going to look at your credit score. Number one, because until your business establishes credit, you are that business and it starts with you. And if they cannot trust you by your credit and how you spend your money, because that's essentially what your credit score is saying, a lot of people will tell you, once again, they'll do these videos and say, hey, nobody can verify your money. Nobody can tell you how much you make. Well, I'll get into it more in the next video, but the numbers don't lie. If you make six figures and your credit score is under 600, that tells the investors that, number one, you can't manage your money or you're lying. Either way, they're not going to fund you. So when you look, they're going to look at credit score. They're going to look at your ability to manage money. They're going to look at your bills because, once again, your credit score tells you how well you manage your bills. The same method, the same mindset that you have personally is the same mindset you'll take into a business. I know you've been to all the classes, and I know you've been to the seminars, and they pump you up and they tell you, let your business pay for it. Write it off on your business. And all of that sounds so good. It sounds important. It sounds prestigious. It sounds like I'm a business owner. But what you don't know, you don't understand. So when they say let your business write it off, now they moved into taxes. And a write-off is good if you're set up correctly. If you're not set up correctly, then a write-off doesn't help you. So there are so many levels to this thing, and it's not just the fly-by-night and the few things that they tell you. There are other things that you need to know. My job as the Queen Bee of Doing Business Better is to connect all of those things that you hear. Bring me your videos. Bring me the things your friends have told you. Bring me the things that you heard in the barbershop. All of those rumors and all of those things that people say, and I will show you how to connect the dots to make them make sense. Because a lot of things sound good in the moment, and when you walk away going, now wait a minute, how do I put that together? And everything cannot be put together in one fell swoop. It is called building a business for a reason, because it is a building. It's like building blocks. And every block must be stacked on top of a secured and established block in order for that block to stand. That's the difference in your business. That's the Queen Bee difference. When you build, when we work together, when you hire me to help you build, every block is going to be able to stand on the block before without the foundation crumbling, because your business can only be as good as the foundation. So working with me, we can lay a foundation that's solid and has room to grow. It's been your girl, the Queen Bee of Doing Business Better, because I want to see you do business much better.